Hello everybody and welcome back to X-Plane 11, and today we are going to be talking about another add-on. This is another payware called X-Camera. X-Camera is a feature that allows you to create custom views and much more than just custom views, but actually add customizations to the custom views, therefore customizing the customized views. Anyway, it's a really nice camera software that I really hope Stick and Rudder Studios brings to FS 2020, and I think you guys will see why if you've never seen it before. So first off, as I said, it is a paid software. I believe it's $15 US, but brings a lot of functionality to the camera system within inside of X-Plane. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So jumping into the sim here, you would go to plugins. Well, here, let me back up. Let me show you guys where it's installed. Let's see here. We want X-Plane 11. You'll go into your resources, your plugins, and X-Camera. And then what it does is every time you start a new aircraft, it actually creates a folder, or a, excuse me, so like this is Zebo. It creates an actual CSV file for it, which we can customize. And what it does is it puts in coordinates. So if we jump now into our aircraft, all right, let's create a custom view. So first thing we're going to do is come up and bring our X camera up. Now first thing you would have to register it. It'll pop up and tell you automatically, and there'll be a button that asks you to register. And then you'll have to enable it, which we've done already. And in this case, all I'm going to do is just hit toggle control panel. And you can either do the transparent background like this, or you can bring it up, right? So I'm going to leave it like this, that way it's easier for you guys to see. And let's create our first view, and we want the pilot view. So if we wanted to, for example, move, oh, whoa. So that's the other thing. First thing you want to do is you can enable track IR actually. You can set limitations to the bounds at which track IR can work. Enabling smooth transition means the camera will actually, as if you were holding the camera, move from one station to the next rather than just boom, flash in the next scene in your face. And I'll show you guys what that looks like here in a little bit. This sets the movement increment size. Okay, so in our case, let's bring that down to like medium. Medium tends to work best inside the cockpit, between medium and large depending on what you're doing, but typically you'll be about medium. Alright, and everything else is pretty self-explanatory. So back is back. So let's see, I like to... Alright, so this is the seat right there. I don't know what that is. What is that? Huh. Anyway, that's interesting. Let's go forward a little bit. Let's go up a little bit. I'm a tall dude. Alright, so let's make that our default pilot view. Okay, because I always fly with track IR when I'm actually, once I get the plane moving, I bring my track IR up. Okay, so now let's go ahead and save this camera. So you just want to hit save changes. Okay, boom. Now we need to add a new camera. So I'm going to add another one right here, and you can add it to the end or insert it above. In our case, let's go ahead and add it to the end.
Added camera 2 to category cockpit.
And he does talk to you. And then we're going to right click again, and now we can edit the camera name. And let's make this one the Avi tab. Just press OK. And now we're going to set our view down to the Avi tab. So let's see here. Let's start with just using the arrows to actually pitch the camera and turn it. And you can hold it too. And then now to actually move the camera. It's nice because you didn't used to be able to hold it, so it's changed quite a bit since I last used it, which is really nice. That's a good thing. And we could even roll it if we wanted to, but I'm not really worried about that. You know, as long as I can see the screen and get to what I want, I'm happy. So boom, there's camera 2. All right, and we'll just go save changes. And then now we can cycle through them. Boom. And so this is a smooth transition. Okay, you can see how the camera... Oh, hang on a second. So the other thing we need to do in order for these arrows to work is we need to assign an ID to it. So you can see it says none, and this one says 1. So if we come down here and we hit 2, now we can cycle between the two. Okay, so that's smooth transition, and if you disable smooth transition, That's a smooth transition, but the next one won't be. Boom. Okay, so that's without smooth transition. That's with smooth transition, and it's set per camera. Alright, so we can go ahead. What is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. And it supports all this stuff too, which we'll go over later time. Let's go back to one. I like the smooth transition inside the cockpit. Sort of makes it a little bit more realistic for me. And easier on the eyeballs, ironically enough. Alright, so now we've got our AVI tab. Now, where do we want to go from here? Well, the other thing you have to think about is where are you going to be most frequently, right? So you may need to move these around too as you go. But let's go ahead and go back to the pilot view. And let's insert a new one above
Added camera 3
it.
to category cockpit.
And let's go to the, I think I'm going to make this the FMC, right? Or the FMS, however you want to put it. Because we're going to obviously be at the FMS quite a bit, especially in the startup, right? So again, now we're just going to pitch the camera down. Here's our FMC. Let's go forward. Let's go up. Go right. You always want to be careful saying this because of the stupid speed brake. So it depends if you want both of them. The nice thing about the Zebo... Oh, I didn't want to do that. So again, if we need to, we can center and start over. Or I could have just typed that in and changed it, but I'm a dork. Let's go to the right. Let's go up. Let's go forward. Bring it down. And so, again, so this is an issue here, is that you have to deal with the speed brake handle. But what I used to do when I had it before is, let's just move this out of the way. When you're here, grab your speed brake handle, pull it out of your way. You know, you don't have to deal with it. Alright, what is this? Oh, it's an X camera. Huh, I have never seen this before. Wow, this is new. Oh my gosh, and I was just sitting there ignoring it. Okay, this is neat, so check this out. I just realized what this is, and I'm sure you guys probably have by now too. So we want to go to the AVI tab. Or we want to go up to the FMS again. Or back to the pilot view. That is so slick. So, you know, what's nice again is you can take this, pull it off screen, and, you know, no one knows the wiser. Boom. You're moving around and don't even have to worry about buttons. Oh my gosh, that's slick. That is so nice. I am like beside myself. I didn't even know that. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's get the cockpit finished up. So let's do ahead. Let's go ahead and let's go to the pilot view again. And I think I'm going to insert this one beneath. All right, so let's add to the end.
Added camera 4 to category cockpit.
And this is again. Oh, I think we can move them. Yep, you can. And then you right click. And let's make this one, for example, the overhead. And typically with the overhead panel, I do 2 of them. So we're going to call this overhead 1. Okay, so we're going to go like this. And then now, let's move it right. Oh, did I come off it? Alright, so there's the overhead panel. And now we're going to go rotate. And we're about to be really close to it. Let's back it up. And let's pitch down again. And then moving down will actually move us down the camera line here. And there we go. So this is typically how I do the first one. Okay. And now that we have that list over there, that thing's going to make my life so much easier. And then now let's just go up and catch the rest of it. And we just want to be able to see the alignment. Oh, you know what I did? Hang on a second. Disregard that. So let's do this. So if we just click one and then go back to overhead, I forgot to create a new camera. But you know what? I actually have a little bit of room to play with here, so let's go up a little bit. That's good. Save there. And then I'm sort of keeping an eye on where I'm ending here, so I want to come up a little bit. And if we want, I mean, I'm pretty in its face, so we could even back it up a little bit. And go up a little bit and catch a bit more. There we go. That probably makes more sense, huh? and then just save changes again. And so now let's create another camera. And let's do add to end,
Added
I guess.
camera 5 to
And we're gonna
category
move it up.
cockpit.
Oh, move too far. There we go. And again, edit, and let's make this overhead too. And hit OK. And now we're just going to go up. And we've got the rest of it. So, I mean, I don't know why we would actually need to be up here. It's cool that it's all functional, though. It's pretty awesome. We'll see how it goes. But, and you can enable your track IR, too, if you wanted it on these cameras. So that way you could just pitch your head up. So, we'll go ahead and hit Save Changes. And let's see, maybe a couple more. Let's go ahead and go and add to end again.
Added camera 6 to category cockpit.
And let's call this the console, center pedestal, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm just doing this for demo here, so. Well, actually, not really. I guess I am going to be using these. So let's do this. Bring our camera up. And again, it's all based on how much you want to put into one camera and how comfortable you are using the mouse in those positions. But you guys can see the advantage here. It really makes this easy. And boom, like I've got everything I need in the pedestal right here. So you can just sit here and save changes again. And then I'll probably enable or disable track IR based on the camera that I'm on. But let's see here. Let's do a couple more. Add
Added camera 7 to category cockpit.
I like having the throttle area. So let's hit OK. And the nice thing is, now that you guys have got the gist, we can pull this off. Oops. There we go. And manipulate it from outside the screen. That way you don't have to worry about it blocking your view. So this is another view that I like to have, just because it makes it easier to do your trim. Set your flap sometimes. I mean, it really depends on the scenario. Your fire test, start your throttle cutoffs, whatnot. So, although some of this is going to be even easier when that Bravo throttle quadrant gets here. Counting the days. Alright, and I like to have one more, just in case I'm actually using it. And that is the forward panel here. So let's just back up a little bit. I'm going to come to the right a bit. There we go. That looks good. And I could even come down a hair and get just about everything here. Pitch that camera up a little bit. Oh, darn it, I did it again. Need to add, I forgot to add the camera.
Added camera 8 to category cockpit.
We're going to edit one more time. And let's call this the FCP, I guess. Hit OK. And now let's do that one more time. Easy enough, though. You guys catch the gist. Let's back up. Move it right a little bit. Back up just another hair. Come down a bit. And perfect. There we go. Save changes. And so now I can't get over this. This thing is cool. Just boom, boom, boom. Down to the FCP. Down to the FMS. Can I move them from here? Okay, no. Alright, I'm not going to get greedy. Let's see the airport cameras. Let's see, what are... Oh, this isn't exactly an airport camera, but... That's interesting. Nearest camera. Auto select nearest camera. I guess we're already there. And let's go to... Oh, aircraft cameras. That's what I wanted. Okay. There we go. Cool. I'm really stoked about this little panel right here. This thing just changed the game for me. Alright, so now let me show you guys how to create another category. So let's do, we're just going to add
Added
it to
camera
end.
1 to category 2.
And we're going to call this the cabin. Cabine. Hit OK. And let's start with the left engine. And hit OK. And let's just turn us around right now. And this is where, like, when you're doing movements like this, because we're going to be going through the cabin. You're going to do that. Let's go to very large. Hopefully that's not too crazy. There she goes. All right, so that moves a bit faster. And let's start working our way into the... Whoa! Okay, that worked really quickly. All right. Shoot. Yeah, I almost said it. I really try not to swear on my channel. I really try hard. I swear a lot in real life, but don't want to be disrespecting nobody. As I'm sitting here talking with an English accent like a jerk. I just want to point out it's 11:30 at night here. Been making videos all day. I can no longer be held accountable for my sanity. Alright, so let's go down. And let's go forward. Bring it right a bit. Bring it left. Oh, no, wrong left. And this may not be where I want it to be. We'll see. Now we're close. Close. Down. Let's switch this to medium. And how does that look? Let's see. That's kind of a boring view, huh? It's not quite right, is it? Alright, let's go large. Let's see if I've got another window I can play with here. Oh, it looks like I do. Let's do that. There we go. Well, that's better. Anyway, you guys get the gist. I mean, you'll have to play around. I say that a lot, don't I? You guys get the gist. Alright, so let's try like this. Oh, hey, that one's not too bad. Let's try this window. Let's go up. Let's go up. This is like face planted into it. Let's back up. And let's come right. Come down. Because I'm guilty of this. I've actually done this myself. So I'm not feeling too guilty about, or feeling too bad about that one. But boom, there we go. All right, so there's the left engine. So let's save changes. All right, now let's say you wanted to get a, let's do a wing view. Everybody's favorite wing views, right? So let's do one more, and then I'll cut the tutorial to an end. You guys, I think, can handle it from here. And as always, any questions or anything like that, you guys know where to find me. So let's do the right wing. And hit OK. And again, I'm going to go into large at least. And let's turn it around. Let's go forward. Let's go up. And we're just going to keep moving around until we get to where we want to be. Now, there's a couple different ways to do this, actually. So what I used to do is sort of set it up where you want outside, right? So let's say we're looking for more of a view like this, right? Where we can see the whole wing. And then boom, pick your window kind of thing. So like, let's try, let's see how this one goes. Let's come left. Down. Forward. And you guys see what I mean for those of you who fly FS 2020. What I mean by they could learn a thing or two with this mod. Let's go left a little bit more. forward a bit more. We're tall, but probably not that tall. But we do know how to pick our head up. And boom. There's a nice wing view. Right? And so we can just sort of close this guy out. What's nice is we have this thing. This thing is so cool. And so you can literally just select it. And so you can see in the brackets, that's the one that you got currently selected. We're in the cabin category. So we could just simply, boom. Now from here, you know, you probably don't want the smooth transition coming from those views, because that's a little, heck, if you're in the wrong space, that could make you nauseous. So like, we can bring this back up. Toggle the control panel. And so like these two probably don't want smooth transition, honestly. So hit save camera changes. And then now, oh, did I lose it? Darn it, I didn't want that. Hold on. Alright, so toggle control panel. Is that the mini control panel, I wonder? That didn't do anything. Alright. Huh, where'd that guy go? Do I have to bring that whole thing back up? Alright, so toggle our control panel. Alright, well now I'm curious. Hold on a second. I gotta figure out how the heck we found that. I want that thing back. Whoa, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. I'm not even going to mess around with those yet. So this has changed a lot just since the last time I used it. There it is. That's what I hit the first time. Anyway, alright, so we can get rid of that. Oh, it's still here. Alright, so now when we do this, you just get that view. And that's probably better for, you know, the internal views like this, the cabin views, just because it's got so much movement that you have to worry about. It look pretty silly with the smooth transition on. You can back this up a little bit, like if that was too close or you're looking for that real cool cinematic kind of thing where you can actually see the window outline. But these are fun views, like when you're dropping your flaps and things like that. Always fun to switch to. And like I said, that little mini control panel is going to make that a lot easier. So anyway, guys, and you can do the same thing for the external of the aircraft. We'll do one real quick just to show you guys what I mean, and tips on how to make the outside easier. The outside is probably the actually easiest to do. And actually, you know what? I'll show you guys two things, because there's also, you can create your orbit sceneries, right? So let's do one more, actually. So let's do add to
Added
end.
camera 1 to category 3.
Let's make this external. Okay, and now we go crazy. We're going to put everything on very large. Like this part goes pretty quick. So let's get outside. Turn this around here. And what's the oh, I have the doors open. Oops. Alright, so you'll find that these ones move extremely fast compared to the other one. So you want to typically tap those ones. The rotation ones you will typically want to hold down, but let's see here. Just to give you guys an idea here. Trying to get like a nice starting view, like what I was showing you guys when we first started up today. Get something saved in here. So there, you know, something like that. We can back it up a little bit more, maybe. Come up a little bit more. Push that camera down a little bit, and bam. So, oh, I'm retarded. So, real quick. We'll do that again. Really gotta stop doing that. But this stuff's pretty quick. The outside is probably the easiest to do, like I said, because you can really just whip something out pretty fast, depending on what you're doing. Oh, it's the wrong left. There we go. Something like that. Alright guys, and that is it for the X camera tutorial for today. I will show you guys how to create an orbit and do a few more advanced things with it in another video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I highly recommend it once again. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.